just saw was only a glimpse of the Assassin's Creed Symphony Tour starting on June 29th. Imagine an 80-piece live orchestra and choir playing the iconic themes from Assassin's Creed while you relive some of the most memorable moments from over a decade of Assassin's Creed in an immersive experience. Check out acsymphony.com to learn more.
I mean, excellent music, great performances, goosebumps. If you like those things, I think those shows are going to be for you. But, of course, there's one show that we all came here to see, the Ubisoft E3 conference, and it's just about to start here from the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles. Now the house is packed, and to give you folks at home an idea of what that feels like, can I please hear the balcony people make some noise? Now, if you please, I'd like to do the same for the people sitting on the ground floor. Well, the excitement is here, folks. We hope you're feeling the same way there. From everyone at Ubisoft all around the world, please enjoy the show.
London, greatest city in the world. Well, used to be. Now it's a right mess. Government's fucked off. Extremists are grabbing power. Organised crime slicing up the boroughs. The war dogs are out. And freedom's a bloody joke. But this ain't their London. This is our London. And there's a new power growing. It's all of us, together. We're building a resistance, one recruit at a time.
What's my favourite operative up to this evening? And no, I never say that to the others.
Scouting talent, Bagley. So gob shut, eyes peeled, yeah?
I have no eyes, and if I did, I wouldn't peel them.
Security measures are in effect throughout London city limits.
Bloody drones are everywhere, kicking our fucking teeth in lately.
Then I recommend you recruit someone who can deal with drones.
Brilliant, never would have thought of that.
Oi!
You're clear. Sod off.
All right, easy. I'm complying.
Impressive skill set.
Sure, but we need a drone expert, Raj, not a shit kicker. File that one away for later.
I don't know about y'all, but that whole concept is dope. He's sitting there
Concerned about the increased Albion presence in London.
It's a total disgrace. Mercenaries patrolling the street.
Get the fuck over here.
Me? I ain't done nothing.
Come on, you shifty prick. Hurry up.
Well now.
Jimmy Shaw. No formal engineering training, but he has several mischief charges for hijacking Albion drones.
Hold still. Fuck you, man. You got no right.
Fucking hell. We find our drone expert and he's about to get himself nicked. I'm dead set. Get out of here.
Riot drone! Stop! Keep your hands visible.
Best not to escalate if you don't... Oh, just ignore me!
Prepare to be detected.
Not today.
Halt! Prepare to be detained.
Auto-drive now disabled.
Several chase drones are converging on your position.
No shit. What were you planning to tell me about the bloody checkpoint?
Oh, there's a checkpoint.
Fuck! We lost Ian. He's gone.
Damn, there's permadeath too? Oh, this is crazy.
Lovely evening, isn't it?
I used to feed the birds here. Now they're all bloody machines.
Get used to it. In the long march of progress, everything dies eventually.
Eventually, even you, Bagley, I'm sure.
Now, there's my Helen. Speaking of death, you'll never guess what just happened to Ian.
Oh, for God's sake, Bagley, a little respect.
Then let's finish what he started. He was working on a new recruit, a drone expert.
That's promising. What do we know about him?
Albion scanned Jimmy just before Ian was killed. I should be able to predict his next move from that data. Unfortunately, his records are locked up tighter than your compression stockings.
Are they now?
But this case should be handled by the Met.
Albion's even taken over Scotland Yard. Complicates matters. And there's my way in. Hello, darling. Time to go. They'll be on to me.
Drop out of force, your kids
Sleep tight. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up for a second and let y'all watch some more.
The files you stole indicate that Jimmy's gone to Camden Market.
Let's get someone over there, Bagley. Chop, chop.
Ready for some action, Naomi?
Always. But this recruit better be worth all the trouble.
According to the Scotland Yard records, Jimmy's sister was killed by Clan Kelly. We believe he's seeking his revenge inside Camden Market.
Camden Black Market, you mean?
Yes, the Kellys are rumoured to run all sorts of illicit goods out of the old stables, some with fingers and toes.
If he's gone in there alone, he's in big trouble.
The Kellys have this place on full lockdown. I have an idea.
Well, we don't need them, no. Today, everything's all fine and dandy. It's all we need to get this shit back into fucking streets. And be careful.
Now, Naomi, we've already lost one operative, so try not to get killed, or we'll be in the red for the day.
Copy that.
What the hell? Is this a meme? This better be a joke or I'm snapping.
Cannabis and fentanyl, together at last through the miracle of genetics.
I could have used 10 more minutes.
The Kellys are moving loads of weapons out of here. And not your typical back alley shanks. Stables. It's human trafficking. Found Jimmy.
Cheeky shit. Fuck you.
And here we thought he might be in some sort of trouble. So, how are you going to get him out of there?
Lots of hugs and kisses.
Don't fucking me off! I'll kill him! We'll kill him! Help!
Reinforcements are converging on your position.
On your feet, mate.
Well, wait a minute. Are you dead sick?
Hope you're sharper than you look.
Jesus Christ!
Someone else beat these dead sick pricks!
Back up! I need backup! Whoa!
Does the rolling help?
Watch it! Shit!
Fucking hell.
Run!
Well, we showed those fucks, didn't we?
We almost died out there tonight.
Look, thanks for helping me, but I can handle myself.
Right. You think you're better off alone. You think everyone else has given up and there's no one to trust. That's what they want you to think, and that's how they'll take us, one at a time. It doesn't have to be that way. Together, we can change things.
Wait. What happened to that bloke who helped me?
He didn't make it.
Fuck it.
Welcome to DedSec, James.
Yeah. Okay, so where do I go to meet the rest of the crew?
You don't need to go anywhere. Look around you. Everyone has a reason to fight, and DedSec is open to anyone.
Anyone?
Welcome to the Resistance.
That was like Ubisoft.
Thank you.
This game so far, they are my favorite.
Thank you.
developer and publisher.
Guess I'm going to make you all wait so long. I should really knock it out of the park, huh? I'm Clint Hawking. I'm the creative director of Watchdogs Legion. And for the past few years, the team and I have had the privilege to work on a game and an innovation that we are very proud of. Watchdogs Legion is set in London, one of the greatest cities in the world, and it's had a massive influence on all of our culture for centuries. Today, with Brexit, London's at a turning point. It's hard to predict what the future holds for London, for the UK, or for the world. But history has proven time and again that where London goes, all of us go together. In our near future, London is facing her downfall. The UK has become a surveillance state, and freedom has been replaced with fear. Armed drones patrol the streets, deportation squads rip people from their homes, and Granddad is using crypto to buy a new kidney on the black market. But Londoners never surrender. Their resilience and determination is an inspiration to us all, and they are the heroes of our game. All of them. In Watchdogs Legion, your mission is to build a popular resistance to fight back against the emergence of an authoritarian regime. This means you don't just play as one hero, but many. And in Watchdogs Legion, you can recruit and play as anyone. In our game, every Londoner is fully simulated with a persistent life and relationships, and anyone from the entire population can be recruited into your team. Find them, profile them, hack into their lives, play their origin mission, and win them over to your cause.
The heroes you recruit are all unique characters with different backstories and personalities, fully voiced and animated, and they are the stars of your story. Every cinematic in the game will change, depending on whether you're playing a former MI5 action hero, a 70-year-old granny you saw feeding pigeons in the park, or anyone in between. However you want to play, whoever you want to be, Watchdogs Legion lets you be that. You want to make a team of classic British spies? No problem. You want to be a crew of street-savvy kids from the council block? Do it. You want to go hipster, body mod, Afro-punk, gangsta? Awesome. The women of Bletchley Park? These ladies fucking invented hacking! Play as Anyone is the innovation that transforms a story about freeing London and the world from the grip of tyranny into a game about the heroes that live in each of us. Because being a hero isn't just a job for someone else anymore. It's a job for everyone. So on behalf of the Watchdogs Legions team here and around the world, I hope to see you on the booth. Thank you for your time, and welcome to the Resistance.
London. Had a good run there for a while. Now it's all riots, bombings, and people thrown in cages like animals. Oh, and who could forget the killer robots everywhere? So yeah, that's all gone a bit shit. It's up to us to take our city back. Thing is, we can't do it alone. We need to recruit a resistance. I know what you're thinking. Where do we start? Open your eyes and take a look around. Look here. Look at him. No, not him. Him. Former MI5.
Duty never ends.
He can get anywhere and erase anyone. See her?
Let's kick those bastards out of London.
She got kicked out of Oxbridge Robotics School for teaching him to, reproduce. And that fella over there? Proper bellend. Come on, come at me. He'll crack your skull just for looking at him funny. Something makes me feel alright.
This had better be fucking good.
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot. She's not old, she's experienced. Like I said, you can recruit anyone, and I mean bloody anyone. Him, her, everyone is a secret weapon. Find them, recruit them, build the resistance. Let's unfuck this world.
Sean was good, bro. Sean, you want to link? You want to link, Sean?
Hello. My name is Rob McElhenney, and for the past 14 years, I have been making a television show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Thank you. But I am here today because I love games, and I wanted to express that love in the only way that I know how, save for playing them, and that is to make a TV show about them. More importantly, the people who create those games and the people who play them. So last year, I called the funniest people that I knew, Charlie Day, Megan Gans, and David Hornsby, all executive producers on Sunny. and we started talking. We realized very early on that if we were going to do this, we wanted to do it right and to be as authentic as possible, because, as you all know, nobody smells bullshit like this particular community. So we did the right thing. We partnered with Ubisoft, and away we went. It has been an incredible experience working with one of the biggest and best game developers in the world to inspire us, because our show takes place in the fictional studio that created the biggest MMORPG in the world, Mythic Quest. And we meet them on the cusp of releasing their biggest expansion yet, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. The show follows the team of devs as they navigate the challenges of running their game while dealing with the difficulties of modern office life. These people are truly stuck together, yet they grind it out day after day for the love of the game. And at the head of that team is my character, creative director, Ian Grimm. Like most creative directors, he's gifted, driven, and tirelessly dedicated to his game. And like most of the creative directors that I've met, he has an ego the size of a city bus. I'm going to get my ass kicked backstage because there's a lot of creative directors here. Joking aside, it is clear that those creative directors and the thousands of people who work on these games put everything that they can into them. They recognize that they have a tremendous opportunity and responsibility, that they must do everything in their power to ensure that the games are nothing short of the best that they can make, because that is what the community, you, deserve. I promise you that in making this show, we took the same approach. So without further ado, here is a brief look into our upcoming TV series for Apple TV+, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet.
What is Mythic Quest? Some may say it's just a video game. When it first debuted, MQ was hailed as a masterpiece. Now played in 20 different countries on 6 continents, it's the biggest massive multiplayer role-playing game of all time. And today, they find themselves on the precipice of their first major expansion, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. And it all falls on the shoulders of one man, creative director Ian Grimm.
When we think about cultural touchstones, we think E.T., Star Wars, Avatar, and yet our industry dwarfs the traditional entertainment business. So when we think about legends, why not think Mythic Quest?
True indeed. And when we think of visionary world-building artists, instead of just Spielberg, Lucas, and Cameron, why not think Grimm?
I'm sorry, I gotta stop. What is this?
It's a commercial for the game.
It's a commercial for you.
It's still going.
Shh. Oh my God. This is insane.
I think it's brilliant.
Hey there, my name is Parker Intero Mackay, esports caster for Rainbow Six Siege. There are so many exciting things to come in Year 4. In-game events, map reworks, playlist updates, a roster of 52 unique operators, and of course, a thriving esports scene. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to enjoy our 13th season, Operation Phantom Sight. This major content update brings 2 new operators to Team Rainbow, Nook and Warden. After this show, be sure to stick around for an intense celebrity match starring T-Pain, Lil Yachty, and some of your favorite Twitch streamers for the Twitch Rivals Celebrity Show Match. But right now, here's a glimpse of the new season in action. Thank you, everyone, and have a great E3.
missing like the first I'm not a big multiplayer person, right? So I've never dwelt in the Rainbow Six Siege. They need a first-person shooter. Ubisoft needs a first-person shooter campaign. It's a military-type first-person shooter campaign.
Come on. Oh, no!
Yeah.
No! Again?
Yeah, that's what you get when you take on the Brawlhalla Master.
These things are whack! 1v1 me, bro! For real!
Yeah, I'll toast your buns again, sure. Want to choose a different character?
Yeah! I choose me!
Whoa.
Yeah! Woohoo! Brawl Jabraic!
Oh, my burrito!
Whoa!
It's those guys from the game!
Let me just say, and if y'all can't hear me,
what time is it?
Let me just say
Adventure time!
that you can go to the PTS Network website, right? And you can watch this show.
Love that bacon ham!
All I do is win. Got him!
Go for it, PB!
Princess Bubblegum gonna show you up! Homies help homies!
This place has everything! Somebody ordered a combo!
Yeah! Woo! Mathematical!
Live chat is
25 million players!
Dude, that's almost 25.5 million!
Oh snap! Look out!
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Brawlhalla? Brawlhalla?
No, man. Brawlhalla.
Oh. Hey, welcome to Brawlhalla.
This game is...
The only test of a man's worth is battle. When those rounds come screaming past your head, you're gonna learn if you're hungry enough to take that victory. And we're going to battle with the soldiers that we used to be. Ghosts. And you better believe that they are hungry too. Once upon a time, some of these ghosts, they may have been your friends. And there is brotherhood. But then there is what the world needs. These ghosts, they are the past. They still serve the machine that we left behind. And right now, for the future, the world needs us. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here with you tonight. And as you head into battle, with that mean look in your eye, those bad intentions in your mind, remember this. You are the few with the courage and make history.
You had the desire to take victory. You will be on a battlefield full of ghosts, but only you have that hunger. That hunger that makes you wolves.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm John.
What's up, bro?
Good to be here. This is Bam Bam the dog. Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's a real honor to be here with you guys today. Thank you. I love you too. Right on. This is awesome. This has been really great and exciting, and I'm really honored to be here. I'm enormously proud to be part of the development of this game. It was a pleasure to work with the Ubisoft team. You know, I've had the chance to play some pretty strong, tough men over the years. I've played a deputy fighting zombies, special forces soldier who lost everything. And now I get to play Cole D. Walker. He's a skilled former special operations soldier with his own sense of responsibility and his own moral code. He knows how things should be run. He loves his brothers, his fellow soldiers, but he is willing to do whatever it takes to complete his mission and take control of Aroa. There is no briefing. There's no backup. You will not face a group of bad guys or a criminal organization. You will face an entire army. My army, the Wolves. We've got the numbers, we've got the organization, and remember, we trained alongside you. The weaponry of a fully operational special ops detachment. Trust me, there's an unparalleled arsenal of high-tech weapons in Aroa. So if you think you have what it takes, strap on your boots and you get ready to take on the Wolves and take on me. See you in Aroa. We'll be waiting.
Are perfect predators. They have the knowledge of their hunting ground, but we have the element of surprise. They have the technology, but we have the skills to even the odds.
Sorry about that.
They have an army.
While you're watching this,
We fight with our brothers and sisters. They are hungry, but we are enraged. We are ghosts. And ghosts never die.
Hi, everyone. Being a community developer on Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint has been an incredible journey for me so far. When we first announced the game, you were very excited. And after discussions with members of our community, I today announce that with our post-launch plan, we will be bringing back our AI teammates for our solo players. With Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we want to go the extra mile with how we engage with you. So I'm pleased to announce a brand new community program that will allow you to express and share your passion. Welcome to Ghost Recon Delta Company. From cosplay to streaming, fan art to forum discussions. However you show your love for Ghost Recon, there is something for you in our 5 different detachments, with lots of content to support you, as well as direct discussions with our studio. So head over to our Ghost Recon Breakpoint website to find out more, and hear from you soon, Delta Ghosts. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Laura. Hello, everyone. The Ghost Recon team has always taken great pride from your passion for our games. And that passion is what pushes us to deliver the best Spec Ops experience out there. Behind enemy lines, you will be fighting the most dangerous enemies the Ghosts have ever faced, constantly testing your survival skills. Yes, we can't wait to welcome you in Ghost Recon Breakpoint on October 4th. And 1 month before that, our beta will be live on September 5th. You can register on our website right now for a chance to participate. Ghost Recon Breakpoint will be live for years to come. We've got your back. New content, free updates, and many surprises inspired by our community. Yes, yes, like this one. Will you survive your breakpoint? All right. See you all out there. Have a good one.
Start talking about my man setup. That's when you get up.
Megan, a dauntless and daring agent. She's all in, all out, always. Montaigne, counterterrorism and rescue veteran. His best offense is his defense. Nomad, covert special ops team leader. A ghost on the battlefield. Caveira, highly skilled defending operator, lightly armed, massively effective. Sam Fisher, elite covert operative. The lone wolf now hunts with a pack.
When chaos strikes, rally the specialists. Lead the elite squad. register now.
$10 years. 10 years. That's a lot of dancing. We're exhausted. I know. But think of everything we've done. It's not for us, or for you, or you. It's for them, the players! We danced, and Silvio and his girlfriend got married. We danced, and our friend Jaden Rodriguez danced for millions, bringing together generations. That's right. We danced, and they set world records. Do you remember Carrie? Yep. Of course we do, because we were with her. That's right. Yes. Dance is why we exist. And I know we're going to have much more of these moments because dance is a force. It's transcendent. It unites and it shows us who we are. That's why Just Dance is more than just dance. Let's get out there and get
by the guy that does Always Sunday. That's one of my favorite comedies, really, of all. I love that show. I'll be interested in how they play that because they got some Ubisoft to help make the fictitious game I'm not really going to make it. Solid. Microsoft to like just show somewhat of a cinematic trailer, but nobody gets to really show the gameplay for the most anticipated titles. I'm not liking it. I love that game, man. It was like some tactical, hard to explain, but we'll get back to the show. All right, and again, let me know if I need to adjust my volume.
There's an old tale about this village. A samurai came to deliver justice. But darkness clouded her mind. She slaughtered every living soul. And became the spirit of death. Years later, we hunted the samurai in the village. We didn't believe the old tale. Not until a horror came. Spirits hungered for our souls. is the spirit of death. And she's brought a curse that will doom us all.
I'm Biojad, and I'm the lead game designer on the next Rainbow Six game. It's called Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm part of a new team in Ubisoft Montreal that set out on an exciting new mission: create a radically redesigned co-op experience built on the foundations of one of the best shooters of this generation. What Siege is to the PvP shooter genre, we will be to PvE co-op. Quarantine will test your tactical skills and survival instincts, holding you and your operators on the razor's edge. It pulls you together as a squad, facing off against an unknown and devastating parasite.
Hey, yo, Nailbat, stop that, bro.
You will risk everything every time you step into quarantine. Stay tuned and start prepping for your next deployment. I can't wait to show you more, and have a great E3.
Here's what I think this is, though. If you go back to Rainbow Six Vegas, there was that co-op mode in the terrorist mode, and I like it, but it looks like that they extracted that out from the campaign. I hope there's still a campaign now. I hope there's still a campaign. Please! I need my original Rainbow Six, baby! Nailbat cutting up in the chat.
Is that a f***ing hunter?
God, Bob! I'm playing video games!
We will stand united. We will stand united.
What's up, Utah family? What's up? Yeah. All right. Woo. As creative director at Red Storm Entertainment, there's no greater reward for me or the team than to see our game come to life and to see our players, our star players, taking tremendous pride in being a part of the Division.
Like, it's not the
Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to play the Division 2 yet, we would be thrilled to have you join our very passionate community, because I'm happy to announce that this week only, between June 13th and June 16th, the Division 2 will be absolutely 100% free for everyone to play. And there's no better time to join us, as we're about to release the first of our major content updates for our year one journey. A journey beyond Washington, D.C., to save not just a city, but an entire nation. All right. Thank you. Episode 1, coming in July, right around the corner. We deliver to you new main missions and a brand new game experience. So for the first time, we're taking the fight outside the city, and you'll venture deep into the woodlands to spearhead an attack on a presidential compound as you seek to bring a traitor to justice. The National Zoo is the setting of our next mission, where you and your team will hunt down the surviving outcast leader. And this brings us to our final edition of Episode 1, a place called Kenley College, and it's home to an entirely new gameplay experience. One that will take exploration, investigation, and logic to uncover the fate of a military convoy gone dark. Now, Episode 2. Coming this fall, we will bring to you the Pentagon. Once an impenetrable fortress, it has fallen to the Black Tusks, and its secrets are about to be thrown out into the open. You must do everything it takes to secure what lies behind the walls of this last castle. But this won't be the greatest danger you face in Episode 2. I'm very excited to tell you that our second raid will be coming this fall, bringing back intense 8-player action. Yeah! Watching you tackle the first raid was awesome, and we cannot wait to see what world records you break this time around. Now, this brings us to our third and final episode of Year 1. What if rebirth was not about bringing the world as we know it back to life, but the opposite? One man holds that power, and humanity itself is at stake. Agents, it's time to engage in a manhunt.
We had the training. We fought to protect the weak. But training doesn't prepare you to hunt someone you used to call brother. He has left us no other choice. If we don't stop him, there will be nothing left to save.
Holy shit, what about that? Man. Woo! I can't wait for that. Okay, one last thing.
I don't even know what I just saw.
As you might know, we have been working on a movie. It will be directed by David Leitch, starring Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal. Well, today, I'm proud to announce that we will be making the Division movie with Netflix. More to come on that in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's gotta be high.
Oh my God. Wow.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Panagrossi. I'm Vice President of Platform and Product Management. Ubisoft has been creating worlds for over 30 years. We have the most diverse library of games, and we're about to make it even easier for you to play them. I'm here to announce Ubisoft's new subscription service on PC called Uplay Plus. You'll get earliest available access to new games, including the premium editions with all their additional content. And you can enjoy the depth of our PC catalog that includes over 100 games and growing. Uplay Plus will be $14.99 a month. If you sign up today, we'll enable free access for you in September at launch.
Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness, man. Born for greatness.
Wherever players are, we want to provide access to our games and services. I'm pleased to announce that in 2020, Uplay Plus will be available on Stadia. Stadia is the new generation gaming platform where you can play our Stadia games from any device. A special thank you to Phil Harrison and his team. This is the beginning of our partnership. Thank you so much. Have fun playing.
That's confusing. I don't understand.
Hello, future champions. My name is Stefan, and I'm a proud member of the Roller Champions team.
So if you enroll in both services, so if you enroll in
all right, come on, bring it up.
and Stadia.
From the get-go, our ambitions with this game were very clear.
I don't know.
We wanted to create something new. We wanted to capture the intangible excitement of players preparing for the big game, the hype of team play and competition, along with the craziness of high-speed racing. So we started working on Roller Champions, a skill-based team PvP sports game that is as fun to watch as it is to play. A game in which you, the player, can create your own story as you roll up to glory. But right now I know how it looks. We showed you a trailer, then I got on stage starting my little speech. That's all well and good, but when will you ever get to play this? How about today? That's right. When we're done here, I want you to head over to Uplay on your PC to download a pre-alpha E3 demo of Roller Champions. Play the heck out of it for the next few days. And when you're done, head to the forums to tell us what you thought. And you know what? We firmly believe that you will be screaming as loudly as our colleagues did when they first got to playtest it back in Montreal. But I can't just leave you with that. So here's a taste of what you should expect once you click that download button. Put your skates on, see you in the arena.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another nail-biting game of Roller Champions! Start the party, celebrate. I'm sick of nonsense. I want to elevate. Let's go! Unbelievably fast! On the chain! What a tackle!
With that being said,
amazing play! This one is making the history book! If you want to be loose-free, you can be anybody that you choose to be.
Is this partnership going to be a good deal?
So first, I want to say thank you to... Thank you. So first, I want to say thank you to all the Ubisoft teams around the world for your talent and energy. You know, congratulations for another great show. Thank you. So I believe video games have a positive impact on all of us and the world around us. At Ubisoft, our intention is to create games that will make you stronger and happier in your life. When you play Ubisoft games, we hope you will spend quality time with family and friends and meet new inspiring people. Learn more about yourself by doing, and gain new perspective on the world and help shape it. So to everyone who plays our games, thank you for your love.
Recap of everything that we saw. So just stay tuned, brother. I see that you just played my notes. So stay tuned to do a quick recap.
You push us to always do better and go further. So now, I'm very proud to announce a new project from an exceptional team in Quebec City. Please give a warm applause to Marc-Alexis Côté, who is coming to show you a sneak peek of his game.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Over the last 10 years, I've had the chance to be part of an incredible team that has always pushed the limits of Assassin's Creed and shown us different periods of our past. But our imagination has always been bound to the reality of the history books. These past 4 years, our minds have lingered on a different aspect of our history, mythology. The stories of the ancient gods and their misadventures have existed through generations of storytellers and audiences and have transformed into tales that we still know and love today. Now, these stories have shaped our dreams, inspiring us to build something new, something that transcends the limits that we have always set upon ourselves. Today, I am very proud to have the chance to show you a glimpse, to show you a teaser of this brand new game that we've been working on. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and have a great E3.
When heroes need help, they turn to the gods. When gods need help, they turn to you.
Here we are. Hello, everybody. Let this sink in. Let this sink in indeed. Hello, everybody at home. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great show. But this is just the beginning, guys. This is just the beginning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is just the beginning. We are here outside of the Orpheum Theater, live from the Pro Zone, where we have an incredible Rainbow Six Siege show match together with Twitch rivals. We have our two new best friends, T-Pain and Lil Yachty. We brought some other streamers, so...
All right, so you guys can't hear it in the background, but I can hear it. And as soon as I hear anything about Google Stadia and this partnership with Ubisoft, then I will say something. But definitely, okay, so I'm gonna recap everything that we just saw. I'm still a little confused, yet excited and confused, right? Let me see. Let me see here. Okay, so let's go over everything in totality, and then we're going to talk about the 8,000-pound elephant in the room. Okay, so what we heard, ladies and gentlemen, was the show started off with let's see here. Start off with that Watchdogs Legions, okay? And some of the pros that I saw was the seamless NPC drop in and drop out, and the futuristic setting, and the gameplay action and stuff. I thought those were some of I thought those were the pros. I really didn't see any cons. I thought that the gameplay was charming. So I labeled that very good. I thought that was stellar. It represents gameplay that you know what I'm saying, that we really don't see in games. It's pushing the envelope. I have not been a big fan of the Watchdog series, and this looks like it's changing that. There goes T-Pain. Anyway, so after that, then we had Mythic Quest, the whole comedy thing that was made by the guys that made what do you call that game? That made Always Sunny in Philadelphia. One of the funniest shows, period. A couple of episodes that are just like the funniest episodes I've ever seen in my life. Very funny show. This looks like it's going to continue that trend, so let's see what happens there. And the reason why they showed that is because Ubisoft, they have a fictitious MMO game that's the focus of the show. And the fictitious MMO was co-developed by Ubisoft and the concepts behind it, okay? So then they did some Rainbow Six Siege add-on right? And it has something to do with the Secret Service or whatever. It looked like some stereotypical Secret Service guy with a thick mustache. So with that being said, it looks solid. I thought it was good. It was pros were good gameplay, but it was nothing enticing. It was, you know, more Rainbow Siege. Then you had the Brawlhalla and the Adventure Time stuff. The combo was like a combo of kids games. The Adventure Time is self-explanatory. If you have kids or if you've ever seen that, it's an Adventure Time game. The Brawlhalla looks like a I don't know if it's a Nickelodeon-based game, but it's a game that's based on it mimics the Super Smash Brothers series. You know what I'm saying? So, then you move on to the Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I thought that the pros for Ghost Recon Breakpoint was it had a lot of action-packed trailers, right? But there wasn't really any gameplay. And that's why I questioned at the point. I said, hold on. Is everybody like consulting Microsoft where they're like not doing any gameplay? They're just showing trailers on the stage? Like we're not getting any gameplay demos? I don't get this. But they had my man Shane. I forgot his real name. The guy that plays Shane on The Walking Dead and plays the Punisher on the Netflix series. They had him on stage with his dog. I'm glad his dog didn't jump out in the crowd and grab somebody by the neck and face. But, he talked a little bit about the game, and it's some good, I like to call them city trailers. So, we'll see. And guys, I'm still listening to see if there's any information about the combination of the two Stadia and Uplay Plus services. Then you had Tom Clancy Elite Squad. It was a mobile game, and again, I know that the eyes are rolling in the back of people's heads when they see that, but not Rainbow Six, but Ubisoft mobile games are very solid. They had a spin-off mobile game that's associated to Ghost Recon Wildlands, and it was fantastic. All right, so then you have Dance Dance Revolution. I skipped that. And then they had content for Honor, DLC for Honor. Pros were, pretty decent cinematic trailer. And the cons were, it was okay gameplay. They really didn't show much. Again, was everybody consulting Microsoft? Then you had Rainbow Six Quarantine. Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Quarantine. So Rainbow Six Quarantine, it looks like it's a co-op version of the Rainbow Six game. It had a good cinematic trailer, but the cons were there was no word of the campaign. Don't know much of the game is. It also looked like it fell under the radar that they tried to leak this game, but nobody was paying attention to it, right? Nobody was paying attention to the leak. A couple of sites in UK I saw after I was trying to look up information on the game, tried to leak it, nobody was paying attention to it, so it fell under the radar. But I thought that was very good. That was real good. I mean, I won't say very good, but I think that was good that they showed that, because I was just talking before the show that we need like a Rainbow Six military shooter first-person game. We need it back. I would like to see a campaign, but PvE would be a good twist as well. Then they showed some content for the Division. They talked about the mentions of the new content in the Year 1 stuff, but they showed some stuff. I really didn't even understand what was going on. So, again, more cinematic trailers, not enough gameplay. Again, I think was Microsoft consulted on these shows. And last but not least, next to last but not least, was Uplay Plus. That is Ubisoft's Game Pass service, where for $14 a month you can get access to a lot of their stuff, and I am looking at it now. So I want to do this. Let me do this. I'm going to actually do this. I'm going to put this over here. Right? You guys should see that. And then let me go to the stream and make sure that you guys are okay. So let's do this. Let's do this, guys. Let's go over this together. It's $14.99 a month. There's 100 plus PC games, and it starts September 3rd. Okay. So what is Uplay? It says 100 plus games, new releases. Players will have access to our new releases. premium editions, access to the most premium game editions, early access and betas, and cancel at any time. New release and latest games will be in there. Classic titles, beloved PC franchise titles. So you got the Breakpoint, the Legions, the Far Cry, and then, For Honor, all the other stuff that's in there. So what you do is you want to sign up, check your email, and then register by September 5th to get a free trial. In addition to the free trial, you get in-game content, through Uplay, the Uplay point system. And now there's some facts here, and I can't. Okay, here we go. It's not letting me really go through the facts. And it could be my PC. Oh, okay. It's just tagging me to different spots. All right. So it's their version of Game Pass, but because it's all Ubisoft titles, day and date, it looks like, and then it says exclusive editions, collectibles, free shipping over $80, get 20% discounts, pre-order advantages. I mean, come on, man. You can't beat that. It's already superior to Game Pass, right? Because most of the games that I'm playing are going to be Ubisoft games anyway. So it's already superior to Game Pass. So they're helping with my deconversion from Windows Gaming, formerly Xbox. They're helping with that deconversion. Thank you, Ubisoft. But then they made an announcement that I'm going to get into for a little bit later. But let's move this back here so y'all can see this Rainbow Six Siege stuff. Okay. So I'll get to that in a little bit. Then you had this reveal of Gods and Monsters. Okay. Gods and Monsters looks interesting. The art style is different, but it looks interesting, and it's made by the people that made Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So very interesting to see, indeed. Again, another cinematic trailer, no information. So with all this being said, what was my overall rating? My initial rating is, I want to say I'm hovering, again, between a 7.5 and an 8. I'm leaning closer to an 8. I want to say this was an 8. That's my initial reaction. This was definitely better than Bethesda's, even though I like what Bethesda had to show in a lot of regards. But this was better than Bethesda, and Bethesda actually showed you gameplay. But I'm sorry, this Uplay service, right now, as where it stands, is bigger than Orion, because even though Orion seems to have a wider impact, and that's what Bethesda introduced, their service that's going to help with latency and stuff like that, with latency and bandwidth. So people that are worried about data caps, this could have broad-reaching aspects to it. With that being said, Uplay is something that more definitively mentally I can envision in my hand. And it's something that I want particularly. It was the perfect remedy, baby. Hey, it was the elixir, the perfect prescription. It was the elixir, baby, for that sickness that I had to opine in yesterday, which was the Microsoft press conference. Made me sick to my stomach. Shoot. The elixir, the perfect mixture. Hey, yo, I said, damn, man, I'm going to have to purge my allegiance with these cats, man. I'm going to let my stuff lapse. How am I going to do that? And Ubisoft to the rescue. They said, yo, we going to have Uplay Plus. Yo, I don't need Game Pass. I don't need Game Pass. As a matter of fact, no, I got to let it lapse. It doesn't lapse until next year. They already got my money. Samuel Walton said, is it me, or does it seem like PC is looking to place to play in the near future? Hey, look, Sam, excellent point. Let me share something with y'all real quick, bro. Going into this generation, see, y'all think that I'm saying all this stuff about this not being a fruitful generation because Xbox isn't doing good. No. At the end of last generation, see, I wish I was doing YouTube earlier so I could have these receipts. But going into last generation, I had said that I'm not a big fan of Sony's games. Sony is focus on a lot of cinematics, and they don't provide the gameplay that I like. Again, I'm not saying their gameplay is trash. It's not what I like. Again, that whole Subway Arby's scenario that I gave you guys in my last stream, right? And then there's Microsoft focusing on this Kinect stuff. And I said, everybody's talking either about gimmicks or polygons and compute units. All these games is you either going to have some motionless gimmick or motion control gimmick, or it's going to be about polygons and compute units. I said, I don't care about the motion control stuff. So if it's going to be about polygon and compute units, I might as well go with the polygon and compute units are the biggest and baddest, PC. And then I saw the Division, and I said, oh, I'm going to go play my games on the Division. I'm going to play my Division on the PC. And the only thing that stopped me is I started building me my power rig, and as I was playing online games on the PC, there was a lot of cheating. But in the advent of places like Ubisoft, you know what I'm saying, and Bethesda creating their own launchers, even though we don't like all these launchers, I think they're a good thing. Them creating all these launchers, there's more security. You get some of that console-esque, not quite there because it's not a closed system, so you're always going to be at risk. But you get some more security with these launchers that now I can make a full convergence and not mine. And for my peoples that still want to play on Xbox Live on PC is free, baby. I can get on the Xbox chat because it's integrated with Windows. So if I want to chat with my Xbox people, and then if they do crossplay, I can get my PC versions and do the crossplay. I ain't got to give Microsoft a dime. And I'm sorry, not Xbox chat. I'm no longer referring to Microsoft Gaming as Xbox because Xbox is dead. So I can do my Microsoft Gaming chat via their free integrated live session via the PC. So to your point, Sam, yeah, man, PC is looking like the place. It would have been a place this year for me had it not been for a lot of the cheating and a lot of the loneliness. All by myself. It was a lonely sand dune out there on PC. But it's starting to get better. Things like Discord and now these streaming services. Hey, these console companies, look, we've been trying to tell y'all. If you're a Fortune 500 company, you got to expand. It's not whether you want to. Sony would love to just stay in the PC market and make your money there because they're good at it and slowly but surely creep into more avenues. But they can't because the market dictates that they always got to do better than they've done before. When they don't do better, then you have this hysteria that grows on the market that can kill them and kill the company. They can close their doors. So they got to do this, whether they want to or not. Do you think that they wanted to go and sign a deal with Microsoft of all people on the gaming front? No. They so embarrassed about that, they asked they show up to E3. They don't want to do that. But the market forces them to do that. So it's not, so y'all got to think, again, y'all going to learn. I failed y'all, but I'm going to give y'all the right beat to step to, okay? I'm telling y'all got to look at this with a better business acumen and understand why these decisions are being made. Sony would love, especially after the drubbing that they gave Microsoft on the console front as far as units sold. They would love to do this. And now they're making all this Uber money from services. They would love to keep it this way if they could. But because they're a Fortune 500 company, they got to keep growing. So yeah, it only makes sense that if you want to grow, you got to go beyond console. Sorry. It is what it is. Hey, Snow Bunny, what's up? So because of that, they're going to always look at other avenues whenever they reach the peak. And Amy Hennig told y'all a bunch of console gaming has reached its peak. It's capped out. So in order for them to meet the demands of the market, continue growth, they got to expand. They have to. Now, if everybody said, well, none of us were going to go to mobile, we're going to just sit here, then console gaming would become stagnant. Y'all don't want to pay more than $60 for these games? Games are getting more and more expensive, especially these single-player experiences, more and more to develop for without the revenue get back from them. The market would say gaming is stagnant. It's not making money. Boo! And the market for gaming would just crash. It would be a horrible sight. So this is a necessary evil, people. It's capitalism. Sorry. It's capitalism. So for all of y'all that love I'm not saying whether I like it or hate it, but again, y'all gotta apply these theories across the board where they do apply. If y'all love capitalism, y'all can't be mad at this. This is capitalism. If y'all want to stop it, then stop fighting loot boxes and microtransactions every which way, unless they doing it like how they did on Battlefront. That was ridiculous. But fighting any and every microtransaction and loot boxes, this is why they're doing this. They can't make money anywhere else. It's either that or say, all right, charge us $70, $75 for these games now. And y'all ain't going to say either. So they got to go to other areas where they can get more money. Decisions have consequences. That is one of the wisest business quotes that I could have ever been told. And I thank God every day for the guy that was my mentor that told that to me. Decisions have consequences. Every day I thank God for that. So y'all gotta look at these decisions being made and say, what is the least severe consequences? Okay, if I fight microtransactions in every single loot box and I'm clapping and like a baby still ranting and raving that I don't want them to exist at all, then what happens? They go to the mobile and PC market and there is no more true exclusives. And if there ain't no more true exclusives and then we start doing all this streaming, then how's that going to affect fidelity? That's going to affect me. And I'm not even participating in it. Or do I just be eyeful and watchful of those microtransactions and loot boxes that are overbearing, and we do what we did with Star Wars Battlefront where we pushed it back and we fought it off? And that way we just keep it at a norm to where people that want to buy that stuff can buy it. They can subsidize me not paying more in my gaming experience, and then they ain't got to go to the mobile market. Y'all got to think about this stuff, man. Y'all want to sit there and pout and look like that Dark Rivers meme, but y'all done created these scenarios. Y'all done created these pitfalls. MFM says console gaming reached its peak. Know that Xbox got put on his back wallet. Yeah, all right. Laugh out loud. You tripping and you lost your goddamn mind. Xbox have malfunctioned. Look. Here's what MFM, if you're new, that's fine, and we welcome you forever and ever and ever. But you're going to learn today. Console gaming has reached its peak. Yoshida told you himself. Is Yoshida an Xbox? He said console gaming is niche. Now, if you want some links, I can send you some links. But what I ask that you do, MFM, is that you don't spam us with unreality. This is a place of thoughtful and accurate discussion. Now, if you don't have the accuracy, you're going to learn today, and you're always welcome. Thank you for that comment. But the fact of the matter is that all of them consider it niche, and all of them have said it hit its peak. This is MM2K is not making this stuff up. I always recite to you information that was given to me by the people that produce this stuff themselves. So don't call me the liar, MFM. You go deal with Yoshida and why he said that. You go see Amy Hennig and you ask her why she said that. Okay? Here's what it is. The Almighty said console gaming didn't reach its peak. Take that up with Yoshida. Take that up with Amy Hennig. As far as they're concerned, it reached its peak. They cannot continue to grow in the market with console gaming alone. That's why they're expanding. Answer this question for me, D. If I am Sony, and it only makes perfect sense, if I am Sony, and now I have the mind share and the respect that I have Why would I go do mobile gaming? Why would I take that risk of that mind share and have to go lay in the bed with Microsoft? Because what Jim Ryan said himself, he said, we have to do this before situations on the market dictate and control things that we no longer have control of. Like, come on. Amy Hennig got a job. What does that got to do? What does that got to do with anything? Amy Hennig got a company now. Amy Hennig got a company. What do you mean, does she have a job? Nailback. PlayStation 5 is going to double PlayStation 4 sales hardware. Okay. I'm keeping that receipt pimping. He says, D Almighty says, question. If console gaming has reached its peak, why are Sony and Microsoft making more money with each quarter in each year? D. How can I phrase this? Give me a second here. Okay, let's try it this way. Okay. When you're a business, you always have to gauge the future and the near future within the 12 to 18 month radius. Now, again, I'm bear with me because I'm trying to explain this in a way without all the business babble. So I'm trying to explain it in layman's terms. Okay. So you don't wait till you're broken down to the very last compound. Okay. They may say to them, so you always got to look at things at a 12 to 18th month radius because the market dictates that you do that. Okay. So with that being said, console gaming has capped out as far as market terms are concerned because in the near future, they're going to reach as many gamers as they feel like that they can ever reach. Now, does that mean that products and services may grow and grow and grow here and there? Yes. But when you're looking at it from a company's perspective, if I say that there is an estimation of maybe 250 to 300,000 console gamers out there, right? And when you divvy up the pie, we're at 225 when we combine all of the console sales out there. Then you've reached your peak. You don't wait till you're down to your very last compound. So with that being said, in the boardrooms, believe you me, trust me, they don't say tomorrow we're going to tap out so we reached their peak. No, in the next 12 to 18 months, we're going to start to see our revenue plateau. We're going to start to see our revenue go flat. We're not going to have any more room for growth where we can compare quarter and quarter on a year over year basis and keep getting more revenue. And then we're going to plummet as far as our year over year growth. You always, you're here on every single show, bro. You're here on every single show. You hear me say all the time, 12 to 18 month plateau. You hear me say it all the time. 12 to 18 month plateau means you got to see at least 12 to 18 months out. You don't wait till you're broken down to your very last compound. Sony has realized that very soon they have capped out. And again, don't take this from me. I'm just trying to break down in layman's terms why Yoshida said what he said. If you think that you're smarter than Yoshida, that you understand Sony's business better than Yoshida, that go to a board meeting and pronounce why you feel that way. Go get some stock. Go invest in one stock. That's all you need. Invest in one stock. Go to the next, not board meeting, but go to the next investors meeting and make that proclamation. And explain to them why. That's all you got to do. Again, I'm not reciting this on my own. These are words coming from the console makers and the game developers themselves. Apparently, these people in the boardrooms, they see something you don't see. Now, if we want to argue if this is going to be successful or not, that's a different discussion. Nobody knows that. And you as the consumer, you would have a better understanding than the people in the boardroom would if this is going to be successful, because you are the boots on the ground. But as far as these logistics and these numbers, you don't have a better understanding than them. Again, MM2K is not saying this. This is coming from Yoshida, the console making head, and people like Amy Hennig and people at Remedy that develop these games. So if you don't like me saying it, I'm sorry. You have to take this up with them and ask them, where did they get this information from? To me, it makes sense. MFM. You speculating foaming from the mouth. Why is the PS5 coming out if it's peaked this generation? I'm trying to be polite here. MFM, because I want to welcome you to the family and I want you to get some insight here. So here's the thing. Is console gaming the only thing that PlayStation is doing? This is supposed to be an Ubisoft, but I'm going to educate you real quick. Is console gaming the only thing that Sony is doing? No. Sony went and set off a memorandum of understanding, and they're going to sign a deal to utilize their console rivals Azure servers. That's a pivotal move, right? Why do you make such a pivotal move? Google's out there. Amazon, the most popular services out there. Why do you do that? Why do you have an investor days meeting where you say that the newest source of your mainstream media is going to be streaming? It's no longer going to be disc and digital downloads. It's going to be streaming as well. If you're solely, which your comment indicates, if you're solely relying on console for growth, then why are you inducting streaming as a mainstream source as well? Why would you go through all that? Why would you go through the backlash of laying in a bed with the devil and going to something that you know your brass isn't a fan of? Unless you have to. And they've indicated that they have to. Jim Ryan said it himself. So what we don't do here, I mean, we do it on a joking level, but what we don't do here is we don't blast ignorance. Now, D Almighty is giving me his difference of opinion on something. MFM, I hate to say this, but you're portraying a little bit of ignorance. You're portraying ignorance because you're talking about I'm reaching. I am not reaching. Go take it up with Jim Ryan. Go take it up with Yoshida. If what you're saying was true, then they would not be boosting up streaming the way that they're boosting streaming. Now, the reason why I take issue with that type of ignorance being spread here is because you're assuming that I'm saying this on some realm of Xbox or what. Xbox ain't got no, Xbox is dead. MFM, they're dead. It's all about Windows gaming now, and I'm not a fan of Windows gaming. So all that fanboy shilling, it's not going to work here. I want you to get educated. Maybe you are educated and you're just trolling. If you are, go ahead and continue to troll. But if you are lacking that education, just sit back and get this education. This ain't got nothing to do with no console war that everybody is saying is niche, that your favorite console maker is saying is niche. Did I say it was niche? No, they did. If you didn't catch that, then you got to get up on your reading. I didn't say it was niche. They said it was niche. Right? Right. This has nothing to do with the console war that is over with and done. that has nothing to do with a brand or with a mantra of gaming of Xbox, which is dead. Xbox gaming is dead. So with that said, what are you talking about? Help me understand. Man, MFM, just listen to the content. Listen to me and D's discussion and get some education. He said, ends lie every day. Man, stop. You can't lie to investors. It's on record. SEC, look it up. You can't do it. I can't spotlight the ignorance. But let me go back to my bro D Almighty. So D says, no, Spartan is giving you the truth of what Sony is doing. Everyone jumping on streaming just looking for easy cash, but it won't take off because of the kind of game. Now, that is this MFM. If you're listening, MFM, this is how you have a reasonable discussion. Listen to D's point of hand. D is not spreading ignorance and lies. D is giving you a different perspective of an already based fact. He's saying that their emphasis is based upon the market, but that everybody is jumping on streaming, which is true, but it's his perspective that they're just looking for easy cash. But he believes that it won't take off. That's a very valid argument. It's possible that it won't take off. None of us know. And to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of streaming. I'm more of a fan of the game subscription services like this Uplay, baby. Uplay Plus, I'm going to be all over that. I do like this. Again, decisions have consequences. With streaming, I think it's cool for me as a hardcore gamer to go out and play games on the fly, but I do have questions about the fidelity. So to D Almighty's point, just like I told you guys about a scenario where we talked about, what do you call that? Outsourcing. Okay, in my line of business, there's a lot of outsourcing that's done. And we found out that the lines of the regions that we did outsourcing with, or we call it offshoring, wasn't idealistic. So we had to go to a different region. Everybody said, go here for your out, and it didn't work out for us. It happens. And the same thing could happen here. I believe it's going to work out because of people like my kids and the people that he congregates with. This is something that's going to have some stability with the kids. It's going to start off, it's not going to be the main way that people game for a while. It's going to have a stable place on the market because of the kids. And as they get older, it's going to predominate with them. So that's why I say, and I've seen firsthand this whole gaming on the go, even with more hardcore games, is something that these kids really desire and yearn for. You know what I'm saying? So it is a big deal. But MFM, AD, can you do me a favor, bro? And again, I'm not trying to be a jackass here. I want people to be educated. Do me a favor. If you know who MFM is, or if you've seen him on Twitter or YouTube, right click on his link and reach out to bro and give him a little bit of education, because he clearly doesn't, he or she is missing some information on some stuff. And again, like Microsoft is drawing a line in the sand. Everybody's welcome to listen to the material. But when you're speaking on stuff and just making up shit, I'm going to call it out, and we're going to have an education session. Because the reason why Xbox fans were totally knocked off guard for yesterday is due to lack of education. The reason why PlayStation fans didn't anticipate and almost jumped out the window when they saw Yoshida and Satya shaking hands is due to lack of education. And I want gamers, regardless of who your favorite piece of plastic is, I don't give a shit. It don't matter to me. I want gamers in totality here on this channel to be educated. I give it to everybody. My very first, like I said, my very first video was about how I didn't like Phil getting his promotion because I had some things about him that I wasn't sure about, and there were some other things that I was talking about as well. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, hold on one second. Hold on, my homie. Hold on. Yo, Tom, what's going on, bro? Hey, what's good, Tom? Hey, I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Hey, bro, can I do this? I'm filming right now. I mean, I'm going live right now. Can I put you on speaker so they can hear you? Okay. Hold on one second, bro. My man, if y'all don't know, hold on. This is the bro, Thomas Franks. He called me and he wanted to just spit some math on some of the material. Like we said, and Thomas is an Xbox guy. But go ahead, Thomas. What were you saying?
Yeah, man, I was just calling to let you know I was listening to your show today, man, and I spoke to Xbox, family through email a couple of times.
Okay.
And Phil is very calculated the way he speaks. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He'd give you something, but then, it's like, all right, he don't give you nothing.
Exactly.
You know
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
And what I'm gonna give you later on.
Okay.
You're gonna see for yourself that you knew that we don't want this to go here and that to go there, but you do it anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So as Xbox consumers and as hardcores, they slowly moving us out the way.
Yes.
It's just what it is. We got to realize that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I wasn't going to release this because I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like, this is getting out of control. So all we doing is spinning in circles. Regardless if people say, wait till, Phil held his hand, he held back. Listen, you're not in a position to hold back because your core base is hurting. You know what I'm saying? You could have showed something.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They could have said, all right, they deserve it. They've been faithful to us. That's what matters. To show, they've been faithful to us. Let's show this real quick. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? Let's give them something they've been asking for.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And when because you got to remember, Phil talking very good patterns.
Yes.
He'll take you all around the world and build your hopes up. And every year we still saying, oh, this E3, this E3, this E3. At the same time, they still taking your money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They like, look at these fools. And that's how I feel. They like, look at these fools.
Yep.
They still going to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. You know what I mean? So we just got to put our money together and just say, you know what? We don't have to buy this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we the one that's really supporting everything they doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Microsoft make tons of money. But as consumers, we got to start. This has to stop because it's getting ridiculous, man. I just bought the X. We just paid for the X.
Let me ask you this, Tom. Let me ask you this. You hit it home, man. What do you think about my scenario where I think a lot of people just thought that Phil was stumbling over himself, but when in actuality, what they did is they split us up. Psychologically, they split us up into 3 groups. They looked at us as 1, the coffee shop group, 2, the group that damage controls to keep group 3 in the check. And group 3 is the people like you and me, Thomas, that wanted to support the product, that just thought they were just looking for their sweet spot, when in actuality, they were never looking to give us what we were looking for. What do you think about that?
Well, what I think what happens, we got to what we do as gamers, we look at things as gamers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's 2 parts of this.
Yep.
Gamers, and then there's the political. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, it's the political, because anytime you're dealing with a big company like Microsoft, it's more than just gaming. It's political and there's money involved. So they're going to do what they got to do for their interest. You know what I mean? And if we keep feeding to it, this is what they're going to give you. So this is why they breaking us up in 3 groups.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which meaning that you know, you got your hardcore, you got your casuals,
Mhm.
and then what I said before, now they want to get into the $2 billion market.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Which is the mobile, the streaming, and all that other stuff. So, if you look at the market, the hardcore is only a small equation to what they trying to do. Because hardcores don't make up for that $2 billion and that other thing they trying to do. So they don't mind sacrificing a hardcore to, you know what I'm saying, to achieve what they're trying to achieve.
Absolutely.
And like you said earlier, it's either you be a part of it or
Yeah.
you get left behind. And
Yep.
that's exactly
Yep.
what's gonna happen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
I
people
was
like me and you, they trying to phase us out.
Yeah.
Because if you really look at it, we've been asking and asking. How long you gonna keep asking?
Yeah, exactly. You know what reminds me of Tupac. I'm an East Coast guy. Like, I listen to East Coast hip hop. So I may have not been the biggest Tupac fan musically, but when the brother spoke, I thought he spoke profoundly. One of the things that Tupac said is when they was asking him, why is poor people so aggressive? He says, well, at the beginning, poor people, they're just sitting at the door. You know, since the 60s, they were like, can you give us some food? Can you give us, you know, we're hungry. And then, you know, in the 70s, it was like, hold on, we need some food. We need some food. And he said, now when we bumping in the 80s and the 90s at the time, like busting the door, waving the 4-4. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point now, we're done asking. And it's got to be a time of action. And that time of action, Thomas, to your point, is you speak with money. Do not buy their products and services until you get what you want.
Right.
You know?
Right. Because see how it's business. The only way you hurt a company if you slow down your money.
Exactly.
They'll listen then. You know
Exactly.
What I'm saying?
Yep.
Because all this is what people gotta understand. Yeah, you could do your podcast, you could tweet, you can do all this stuff. But it's not gonna change anything because they're gonna be like, well, you're gonna buy it anyway.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like they give you enough just to keep springing you along until they actually execute their plan.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So once they execute their plan, you're gonna be like, oh man, this is kind of crazy here.
Yep.
Because one thing I did, right? I was working in GameStop. I seen how it was going.
Yep.
This is years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the media and, you know, we all got to, you know, forgot that media and all this stuff had their hand in things. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is why Microsoft and GameStop was officially the ones that was helping, not selling their stuff on purpose.
Yeah.
I know I was there. I used to, you know, be in that thing.
Okay.
And they used to be like, nah, don't sell the Xbox. Sell A, B, C, and D. And this was when Sony didn't have no games.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the thing is too, some of us, we wanted these exclusive back then. We wasn't even buying them because we was listening to the media.
Facts.
Oh, we ain't got 1080p. We ain't got this. We ain't got that. So Microsoft said, you know what? Cool, fine. We're gonna cut all budgets. We're not going to spend the money. You know what I mean? And then it got worse when they cut the budgets for spending the money to get us these games. So now, you know, developers and companies felt like, well, then if you ain't spending no money, we really ain't going to be, you know, we really don't care no more. You know what I'm saying? It just now these developers can because they open their wallet back up.
Yep.
But it's not really for the hardcore. They going after the little kids, the people who play games on mobile. This is the market now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If people think that Microsoft just going to be doing it, it's a matter of time before Sony doing it because it's business, it's money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sony right now is going to give you what you want because they have to. Only thing they got is PlayStation. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Microsoft don't have to do that. They eat all over the board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's PC, software, tech, or whatever it is, they have plenty of it. You know what I'm saying? So Xbox is not really a factor in a company like that. Yeah, it helps, it brings money. That's what they're attracted to. But Sony is going to stick to their core fans because they have to for right now. But once they start getting in the groove of things and more money start coming in, you see it. Why do you think they signed that partnership with Microsoft? They ain't stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people, like my homie, big up to my homie MFM. MFM, I'm sorry if I came off a little raunchy. I'm just saying, man, I'm at an exodus right now where I want everybody to be educated. I came into E3 trying to talk education to my Sony people. Now I'm leaving E3 or getting into E3 talking education to my Microsoft people. You know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to be educated, and I don't want us to make arguments from a place of miseducation. That's all. So nothing against you, man. You're more than welcome, MFM. I appreciate it. Hey, Thomas, let me do this, bro, because I'm going to end this podcast, and then I got to take care of some things, and me and you going to rap about that information. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, cool.
So no doubt. I appreciate you. That was the brother Thomas Franks, man. Hey, Tom, we got to do this again, man. I appreciate it. That was my bro Thomas Franks, man, dropping some knowledge, man. And I appreciate that. You know, but it just shows you where Xbox fans is going. Xbox fans are having to realize that, you know, everybody should understand that none of these companies care about you. You're only a catalyst. You're only an ends to a means. You're a catalyst to an investor. That investor gets to see you buying up the product and services. And then the company then goes to that investor and says, hey, when you invest your dollar in with us today, 12 to 18 months from now, it'll be worth more. That's it. And the only way to make their dollar worth more is if when that investor invested that dollar in you, if you were worth $1 billion, by next year, you're worth $1.5 billion. You see what I'm saying? So if you brought in $1 billion when I invested that dollar, and then next year you're only bringing in $900 million, $900 million is worth a lot of money. But the way the working marks is you've decreased in value because you're bringing in less money. Hence the value of that dollar that I invested in you has also decreased. That's how the market works. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And you got to understand that to understand why certain decisions are going to be made and why on certain things y'all should never say never. So with that said, we're going to take it to a close. I just want to go through the chat real quick. Soundwave, big up to Soundwave joining. The budget went cloud streaming. With cloud streaming, it's more than just streaming a game. Since they're streaming from data centers, they can create gaming experiences far beyond console hardware. Eventually it'll get to that point. We don't fully know what these capabilities are. Project Stream, aka Stadia, I got my hands on that. I was hellified impressed. But let's see what this does on a global scale. That's what they're aiming to do. Because if they ain't got to make... Look, y'all forget, Sony themselves, when they made the PlayStation 3 was supposed to last y'all for 2 generations. That whole set with the motherboard and they said, look, Xbox, the original Xbox looked way better than the PlayStation 2. And we still stomped the skin off of them. We don't need high fidelity for back-to-back generations in order for us to be relevant. We're going to sell y'all the PlayStation 3. We're going to save ourselves some money because the cell processor is going to be strong enough to where it'll be viable for 2 generations. Generation 1, it'll be the top looking game system. Generation 2, maybe not, but people will be so embedded into our ecosystem it won't even matter, and it didn't work out that way. So you got to remember, these guys are always looking for ways to cut costs, again, because of the market. So never put anything behind anybody. Now, again, as far as lying to their consumers in the biggest fashion possible, yeah, that crown goes to it goes to Microsoft. But again, I will give my homie MFM some points here. When we was talking about all the shenanigans Microsoft was up to, he said, whose fault is that? And he's absolutely right. We believe this stuff. We looked at this as a sports team instead of looking at it as consumers. We looked at it from a sports fan's perspective instead of looking at it from a consumer's perspective. What do I mean by that? When you're a sports fan, you are idolizing or you in good with the entity. And regardless of what the entity does, You have decided to stick with that entity for whatever reason. It's my hometown. My favorite player plays with them. So through thick and thin, I'm with them because you're now sold on the success of the entity. But when you're a consumer, you should not be sold on the success of an entity. Only investors should be sold on the success of an entity. A consumer strictly and solely should care about how well the product and services are to what they've been looking for. So if Microsoft is not providing you the product and services you were looking for, then there is no reason to damage control for them for a second. You either go to them and you say, you better get your ass in line or I'm out, period. Because these Fortune 500 publicly traded companies are always looking for shortcuts. As D Almighty said earlier in the chat, they're always looking for the easiest buck to make. Don't trust none of them. You only trust them, you only give them kudos when they're giving you the product and services that you want. Now, if you're already embedded into an ecosystem and there's a slight hiccup, then that's fine. But purging all of your hardcore games and not producing a single hardcore title, except for Forza, which is a niche racing title. I mean, it's successful, but it's niche. It's not the claim to fame for the Xbox brass. And I don't want to hear no wait till E3. I don't want to hear it. This was the E3 to show and prove. And they showed and proved. They showed us that we ain't worth the proof to stand on. They don't give a shit about us. Understand that it is what it is. Xbox gaming is dead. It is now Windows gaming that has emerged from the rubble. And if you're a fan of Windows gaming, then take it and squeeze it. But if you're not, then you're going to have to supplement your gaming somewhere else. I can't support nobody that's been lying to my ass. And you play Plus, baby. Woo! Hey, look, man, they came out of nowhere, bruh. That's step one. Uplay is already better than Game Pass. There is nothing that Microsoft has produced this generation that is better than the whole lineup of Ubisoft. Far Cry 4, which was a piece of shit of a Far Cry series, can run neck and neck with Quantum Break. And I think outside of Halo and Gears, Quantum Break was their best new IP. That's on the level of Fallout, Far Cry 4. And I say Far Cry 4 was a piece of shit as a Far Cry series because it wasn't innovative. It was just rushed out and it was just a carbon copy. Quantum Break was cool. Don't get me wrong. I like Quantum Break. I liked it. But that's the best that we got this generation. So if you say, look at what's in Game Pass, look what's in Ubisoft Plus, I'm taking Ubisoft Plus all day, baby. And that's a fact. So with that being said, somebody said, what's up, Z? I don't see where Z is. Where's Z? So that being said, your boy MM2K is out. I will be on Next Gen's channel if he will allow me. I'm not, just so y'all know, Next Gen 720 wants me to apologize to him for doubting that he was right about Microsoft's press conference. Look, I am a man of very low integrity. All right? I don't apologize for shit. So you will see me tap dancing and damage controlling that shit all day, baby. But no, it's going to be a very entertaining show. I hope this was entertaining as well. Uplay And Stadia combining forces. What does this mean? I meant to get into that, but then we got into this whole different thing, and I'll get into it later when I do my recap of day 2. But with that being said, I appreciate all of y'all coming through. I'm going to go through the chat as usual. Neverland, MFM, big ups to the homie MFM for coming through. Soundwave 1, Paul G, D Almighty, Nailbat, West Brighton, and Snow Bunny, Samuel Walton, Yajiro Hanma, Rain G4, and Sean 786. King's playing with his bullshit. Hey, big ups to everybody. Thank you for coming through. If y'all like what y'all had to hear, like, subscribe, rock those bells for notifications, and also come to the PNTSnetwork.com. Okay, we are doing live streams 24/7 of E3, all the content and stuff. We got something called E3 TV. We have 4 channels. On the 24/7 channel, you're getting continuous feeds from 3 different sources of E3's, the showroom floors, everything. So check that out. On channel 2, we got what you see here. This is actually streaming on channel 2 right now, right? Anything PNTS related is streaming on channel 2. And the last 3 channels, channel 3 and channel 4, are coming from our partner content creators. We got my homie Dante Crisis. Yes, Dante Crisis is dropping material out there. He's part of the Vitamin G podcast. A big time PlayStation fanboy, but he's dropping them lyrics, dropping that wisdom on what's everything going on E3. Check it out. It is PNTSnetwork.com. I'm gonna drop something in the chat right now. Let me see here. Let me go to hold on. We go to right now so y'all can see it. PNTSnetwork.com. Let's go there. Let's go to E3 TV. This is it. Check out those channels, man. And then when Z goes live, we're going to have his stuff there too. Check it out. PNTSnetwork.com. Check out our PNTS E3 TV page. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate all of y'all straight up. I got to publish it to add some more stuff there. There we go. So that's it. So with that being said, please tune in to my homie, either Dante Crisis. Tune into Z's channel. You know, as we're dropping stuff, I'm going live with Z for the Square Enix conference. And with that being said, I'm going to do a live day 2 recap tomorrow. So as always, y'all know the deal. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.